We could see more officers with guns at LAX during peak travel hours. The TSA is recommending a lot of changes after last year's deadly shooting rampage. KCAL 9's Randy Page is live at the airport to show us what this could mean for passengers. Randy.
That's right. This is a report released today by the Transportation Security Administration that clearly outlines a number of recommendations. And the bottom line is the administration would like to see more backup for its unarmed personnel here at the nation's airports. Now, as you know, TSA agents are not armed, but they stand between members of the traveling public and their waiting planes. And it is clear they feel the need for more security. Now, the prime recommendation today from this report is that there should be more armed law enforcement personnel at the checkpoints and other areas, particularly during the high traffic times, the peak times at the nation's airport. Now, this recommendation comes following the death of Gerardo Hernandez, the first TSA employee to be killed in the line of duty. You may recall it was November 1st at LAX in Terminal 3. When a lone gunman walked into the terminal and started firing, shot and killed Gerardo Hernandez, wounded two other TSA officers and a member of the traveling public before he was later wounded and taken into custody by airport police. Now, at the time the bullets started flying, there were no armed law enforcement personnel in the immediate area, prompting this review. Now, today we spoke to former LAX Security Chief Errol Southers, who says you should keep in mind when you listen to this number, that is the number of weapons seized at security checkpoints around the country. 1 week in March alone should give you a sobering understanding as to what this agency is up against.
You had 65 firearms seized at TSA screening checkpoints. 54 of those weapons were loaded and 17 had a round in the chamber. So those are situations where you really don't want to have to call the police and wait.
The union representing TSA employees applauds these recommendations, but says that the recommendations do not go far enough, adding only an armed law enforcement unit within the TSA can ensure the constant and consistent presence of sufficient law enforcement resources needed in the immediate area of the checkpoints and other key locations in order to prevent another tragedy like the one that occurred at LAX. Meantime, airport police and also TSA has not called for the TSA employees to be armed. In fact, Police Chief Gannon here at the airport have said many times that simply having more guns at the airport does not necessarily make people more safe. So this will be an ongoing debate, but I can tell you that Administrator John Pistol does not want to wait for these recommendations to take hold. We saw an internal document today that he sent to all of the airport operators across the country asking that these key recommendations be adopted immediately. Live at LAX, I'm Randy Page, KCAL 9 News.